Some people have it and some people don't. But one thing's for certain, we all need it. Today we're talking self-esteem. Let's get into it. What's going on, everybody? It's Terrence here with Be a Better You. And as always, our goal is to inspire, motivate, and educate. And today we are talking self-esteem. So today I was having a conversation with a coworker and she was telling me the story about how her friend was in a relationship for 10 years. Well, a one-sided relationship for 10 years. With someone that basically didn't care about her and did everything possible to try to have her ended versus him being the bad guy, which is a completely different conversation on its own. But what makes this story so interesting about self-esteem is that this young lady never dealt with a guy that showed her so much attention. And she also went to an all-girl high school, which I'm also sure affected her in some ways, right? And I'm not going to give you every single detail that we talked about in the conversation, but this is why I want to talk to you about ways that can help you boost your self-esteem and also why self-esteem is so important. Create positive affirmations. If you know you're someone that's struggling with self-esteem, create these things that can help you feel good about yourself. Create those positive statements that can help you overcome obstacles and help you get through challenges. Also, just help you get through your normal day-to-day. One thing I always preach is to write it down. You might be saying you're someone that's not going to write it down, which is fine because I have another solution for you. Most of us are on our phones 80% of the day. All of our phones have capabilities of taking notes and also screenshotting something that's on our phone. So with that, you can have a few affirmations written down, screenshot it, and set it as a wallpaper. This way, when you go to grab your phone, it's the first thing that you see. And normally, when you see something with words, you tend to read it. So having these positive affirmations and these positive statements within your reach can help you get through the day because you're constantly looking at it, you're constantly repeating it to yourself, and you're constantly saying these things. So create these positive affirmations. You know, positive affirmations could be anything from a long sentence or a very short sentence. It could be anything from I am going to be great. I am going to be a great success. Or it could be I am enough. I am beautiful. Whatever the case may be, create these things that can boost your motivation, that can help you feel good about yourself. And the reason for doing that is because the more you repeat something, the more you say something to yourself, the more you start to believe it. You can call this another thing that we talk about at work. You can call this the Kanye method. The more you say something about yourself, the more you believe it. And the more confident you become, the more you start to believe in yourself. I promise you this is the #1 way to help you boost your self-esteem. Tell yourself something positive every single day, whether it's one thing you're repeating or whether it's multiple things that you're going to read to yourself or say to yourself. Control your existence. So I know it sounds weird, controlling your existence, but I did some research and I really couldn't figure out how I wanted to word it, and that's what I came up with. Control your existence. Because the bottom line is that lacking in self-esteem is very harmful to us as human beings. It starts to affect our mind, and once it starts to affect our mind, it affects our body, and everything just starts going downhill from there. Alright, so how do you do this? You can do this by complimenting yourself, doing simple things as grooming yourself, dressing nice, and most of all, stop comparing yourself. This is how you control your existence. All these things have the tendency to kill negative thoughts, and within that comes a better mindset, a positive mindset, a more powerful mindset. You will start to feel good about the person you are. You will be confident when you step into a room full of other people and just be you. That's the whole thing about it. Self-esteem is to help you be the person you are, but you have to be confident in yourself. Self-talk. So your brain is constantly spinning, constantly going, right? But also, there's a voice in your head that is non-stop throughout the day. That inner voice is your self-talk. That voice in your head is so powerful. It helps you to identify those negative triggers. Whether it's money, friends, co-workers, any of those things. That inner voice will let you know whether it's something positive or whether it's something negative, whether they're good people, whether they're bad people, whatever. Now, everything isn't avoidable, but one thing we can control is our actions. So once you identify those triggers, you should start to take notes and challenge your thinking. And you do this by evaluating yourself and those around you. It'll help you identify whether or not that person is for you or against you, and also if you should be in a situation or not. That self-talk can save us from so many things. And once those things are evaluated, you are able to know whether or not this is for you or not for you. It's here to better yourself or it's here to harm you. But it all ties to boosting that self-esteem. Practice self-love. The more you love yourself, the easier it is to accept who you are. If you don't know how to love yourself, you have to practice self-love. I don't want to spend too much time on this topic because I do plenty of videos on self-love, and I'm going to insert my self-love playlist at the bottom so you can all check that out and figure out different ways to improve your self-love. But what I am going to say about self-love is that it takes time, practice, and patience. It challenges your thoughts and your perspectives. But once you do this, you'll be able to find yourself. You also will be proud of the person you are. So practice self-love. On a serious note, it's important because in the light of the fact that it intensely impacts the individual's decision and choices, it also serves as a persuasive capacity by making it pretty much likely that individuals will deal with themselves and investigate their maximum capacity. That's why self-esteem is so important. No one should be in a position where they feel so down about themselves that they're stuck in a situation that they can't get out of. The lady that was in a 10-year one-sided relationship had self-esteem issues, and that's what sparked this topic. I encourage everybody to find ways to boost their self-esteem so they can avoid situations like this, because that type of situation is not good for anyone. Everyone should be walking around on this planet feeling good about themselves, feeling good about the person they are, having that self-esteem, having that self-confidence, and enjoying life. And if you don't feel that way, I encourage you to seek ways to boost your self-esteem. Also, before we get out of here, question of the day. What is your #1 self-esteem booster? What tip do you have? Please share those in the comments. You never know who it can help. You never know who it could reach. Also, make sure if you like this video, give it a big thumbs up. Click the bell to be notified anytime that I upload videos. Also, subscribe to the channel if you have not subscribed yet. Because as always, our goal is to inspire, motivate, and educate in hopes to helping you be a better you.